What's up, guys? Today we're back with another video, and today we're doing the weekly update video. Wow. Now this week, really good week of making money if you're willing to put in the time. So, without further ado, let's get into the actual video. We got some bonuses and whatnot. So first bonus: complete a drift race with the Euros, and you get a special livery. The second bonus, complete an auto shop contract, and you get 300k within 72 hours. So, do the UD. In total, you get about 600k if you do it by yourself in about 15 minutes. Now, you don't get 300k right away. It's obviously within 72 hours, but still pretty easy. And then there's new drift tunes this week: Sentinel XS, the Dominator GT, and the RT3000, and the new K-Truck. The weekly challenge this week is participate in 3 drift races. Not win, just participate, which get pretty easy 100k there. To go with that, times 3 on drift races. Pretty good way to make money. So there's also 5 times LS car meet rep. So really good way of making car meet rep. Making those car meet levels, unlocking wheels, unlocking liveries and stuff like that. The other bonus, 4 times exotic exports. 80k per car. There's 10 cars, so 800k. You get 100k bonus normally, so 400k. $1.2 million a day by driving 10 cars. It'll take you like an hour or two, though. Like I said, really good week if you're willing to put in the time. In between that, you can be selling weed, which is times 2. Get the Sanchansky one. Weed times 2, you can make about, I think, 800k from that this week. So 1.2 plus 800k. If you sell weed once, you get all the vehicles. In one day, you'll make $2 million. Over the course of a week, okay, you could make $14 million this week if you're willing to put in the time. Which, what? If you have the mansion, like 2 hours to get all the vehicles, and then you can sell the weed, so long as you keep it supplied. $2 million a day, $14 million in total this week. So, really good way of making money, so long as you put in the time and effort. For those exotic exports, I would recommend using gtaweb.eu. It'll tell you the list, it'll tell you which category of vehicle it is, it'll give you where the vehicles can spawn. You just gotta go see if they spawn where they spawn. Find the car. It's a pretty easy. You can make a route. I've made routes for each different kind of car. Maximize production. I've gotten it. I've done 10 days before. One thing I would recommend, I will do an exotic export vehicle and get exotic export vehicle video later this week, but before you do anything with exotic exports, don't steal a single car. Say, for example, the Phoenix is on there. Because some days it is. The Phoenix is on there. Phoenix can spawn on the road, right? Don't steal it, because that messes up the whole spawn thing and you can't get any other vehicles. So don't steal cars, only get them from the blue dots on your map. And then there's also 2 times, I'm not even going on this stuff. I'm just kind of excited. Just because of the sheer amount of money you can make this week. Rockstar created races, drift races, are times 3. Adversary mode, got Sumo Remix, times 2. Really fun, really good way of making money, really good way of making RP. Honestly, lower level or higher level, it's really fun. And then, still carrying on from the few weeks ago, 3 times those Lunar New Year races, which pretty fun, pretty good way to make money. So, yeah, that's the bonuses. Really good ways of making money, so long as you put in the time to do those bonuses. Discount wise, got some decent ones. 40% off the weed farm. I'd recommend getting the Sanchansky one. That's kind of, let me see if I can show you. The one that is like right here in this area. I think it's this building right here. Get that one. It's about 430K this week. So, get that one. Pretty good one right next to the highway. So, 30% off all drift tunes, which is pretty good. They're normally about 250K. So, like 100 and some thousand. I think it's under 200K. So, pretty good. And a free LS Car Meet membership if you don't have one already. It's normally 50K. You can get it for free this week. So, definitely do that. And vehicle discounts. Starting on Legendary, we only have one, surprisingly. Two-door here. It is the Jester RR. $1 million. The non-trade price is about 1.4. Has a missile lock-on jammer and drift tuning. Some special drift tuning liveries. I'd say, if you like Supras, price doesn't really matter. If you don't really care about Supras and you just kind of want a car to customize, it's pretty good. But I would try and get the trade price, which I think it's either unlocked by doing a certain amount of races or getting a certain level in the LS Car Meet, which with the 5 times LS Car Meet rep from anything that you get LS Car Meet from, even sitting in the Car Meet itself, guess what? It's gonna be quick to get the Jester RR trade price. So get the trade price this week. If you want the car, definitely get the trade price. Get it for 400K less. Is it the best car out there? No. I'd say $1 million. It's a pretty fair price. A lot of customization. Not too bad performance. You got some drifting, and it's a pretty good drift car. So yeah, $1 million. $1 million for the Jester R, I'd say, is definitely worth it this week. Yeah, definitely worth it this week. 1.4. If you don't feel like getting a free trade price this week for whatever reason, sure, but just get the trade price this week. It's going to be pretty easy. Plus, you can get a lot of Car Meet rep from it as well, if it's the races. So, yeah. That is it for Legendary. I guess next up will be Elitist for the 1 discount on there. I think, it's actually right here. Okay, at the very top. We got the Howard NX25. You do need a hanger for this to be able to get it, because it is excluded from Pegasus. You can get a missile lock-on jammer. It's a pretty cool looking plane in my opinion. Can't put any weapons on it, so that kind of sucks. What's the price? So what, we got about 700K. Where's the Rogue? Seabreeze, you can put some weapons on it. Where is the Rogue this week normally? It's not on here. Forgot about that. Yeah, I think the Rogue is normally 1 million or 1.2 million, somewhere around that range. So a little bit more than the price, but you get missiles, you get explosive machine guns. Explosive machine guns and bombs. This you have nothing, and the Rogue is faster. So I wouldn't really buy the Howard. If you want a non-weaponized plane for whatever reason, I'd say you could probably get the Howard NX25. If you want a stunt plane that doesn't really look intimidating, sure. Yeah, compared to the Alpha Z1, the other non-weaponized stunt plane, that actually looks like it was added into the game instead of the Mallard for 250K. It kind of doesn't really look that good. For the 2 stunt planes that look good, the Howard is half the price of the Alpha C1 this week. So if you want a non-weaponized stunt plane that looks good, get the Howard this week. But if you don't, which I'm sure 99% of you don't, you can safely avoid it this week. But now we can go on to the heavy hitter. That is Southern San Andreas with some pretty good discounts this week. Where is Southern San Andreas? Right here. Start off with the new K-Truck. 810K. A lot of customization. Not sure how good it performs yet. I'm going to be getting it this week for sure. Got the free Drift Walton L35. Yes, I said free. Now, it was free before. I got it. You know, customization and reviewed that. Yep. And it's not an old one, it's a new one. And then they removed it after it was free. So, get it for free while you can this week. It's a really, really nice vehicle. I think it's still the same customization as the Walton L35, so not really that good. At least, if I had to guess, I honestly don't remember anything about this besides I kind of made it look like the Titans a little bit. At least color scheme wise, I did. I might think about it now. I might relook at the customization because it really isn't my favorite looking car ever. I think I could make it look better, so I might relook at it and maybe add it, but I'm not entirely sure. And next up we have the FR36, which 1.1, don't buy it this week. You can get it for free at the car meet. Top 3-4 days in a row. Pretty easy challenge in the grand scheme of things. You could save $1.2 million or $1.1 million, put that towards drift tuning, put that towards customization, put that towards performance. You know, like, logically, smarter things to get it for free. You know, sure it's 4 days, but you know, you could be making money that 4 days this week. Yeah, don't buy the FR36. I'm gonna just skim past it. Next we have the Ballistic Conjo for free this week. It's front wheel drive. Kind of sucks. It has a lot of customization. I do have a weekly customization on it. Pretty cool car. A lot of customization. Looks decent. For free, it's definitely one to get this week for sure. It's free. You might as well. After that, we have the Drift Yosemite, which I have a weekly customization, both a customization interview and a weekly customization on. I don't remember redoing it, but apparently I did. I think. I don't know. It's a really big drift car. If you're gonna get it for drift tuning. You know, it's big. It feels really good though. Drifting. The only setback is that it is big. I'd say normal price of just about $1 million. I'd say stay away from it. In my opinion, I'd say for about $1 million, I would not get it this week. You can stay away from it. I wouldn't say safely stay away from it, because if you do want it, I mean, $1 million, you're not going to get it for cheaper unless you have the trade price. I'd say the trade price of about, what, 700K ish, a little bit less than 700K. I'd say it's a pretty cool car. There are, you know, the Futo, the Chevrolet, the K-Truck, which has drift tuning, Gauntlet Hellfire, you know, 521K that has drift tuning. There's stuff like that for way cheaper or around the same price. You can get the Jester RR for about $1 million this week. A lot of customization. Pretty good drift car. Kind of small, but Drift Walton, if you have the trade price and you kind of want it, I'd say buy it. It's not that bad. It's not as bad as people think, as long as you can get over it being so wide. That's really the only setback to it. But yeah, honestly, if you don't have the trade price, I really wouldn't recommend it. If you do, I'd say if you want a drift car, definitely buy it this week for sure. Next we have the Bravado Gauntlet Hellfire for about 521K, which does have drift tuning. and a missile lock-on jammer. Do have a weekly customization on it. I think it's bright green and like tattoos all over it or something like that. 521K has a lot of customization, pretty good performance. It does power slide a lot, and I've never driven it with drift tuning, so I think that would combat the power slide and turn it into a pretty good drift car. So 521K for a drift car. If you want a muscle car that can drift, go for it. Honestly, a pretty cool car, a decent amount of customization, pretty good performance. So I'd guess Continental Hellfire's drift car be pretty good. Not a drift car. I'd say 521K is pretty fair. As long as you can, handle the power sliding and the wheel spin of this thing. I would definitely recommend it. I'd say, drift tuning or not, I'd say either price is pretty good for it. I guess the price is good for either one of those. 521K is a really good price for this, and I would definitely recommend it this week. I really wouldn't see a reason not to recommend it. Next we have the Futo from $9K to $300,000, or you could get it for free off the street, which then the sale wouldn't really matter. But cheapest drift car, if you were to buy it, tied with cheapest if you were to steal it, because you can steal the Sentinel XS off the street, which does have drift tuning now. Yeah, Futo, really good car, really good drift car. Was used for drifting before it got drift tuning. Has a lot, like when I say a lot of customization. Like it has like 20 something liveries, a lot of spoilers, a lot of bumpers. Like it's a decent amount of customization. And I would definitely recommend. I have a normal one and a drifting one. I like both of them. Both customizations are really nice. Definitely get a Futo this week and put drift tuning on it or not. I don't care. Just get a Futo this week. I guess you could get a Futo any week for free, so I don't even know why I'm recommending it. But if you want to buy it just to make it easier, get it this week. Let's see. I think that's it for the two-door section. Next up is four-door. We have the Chavos V6, which I have a customization and review on. I think it's, to be honest, I don't remember much about the Chavos V6. It's a mid car at most. They added it only for GTA 6 traffic, so they could, make a car like it and just copy it over. So $1 million, I don't even know if it's really worth it. Obviously, if you want the Chavos V6 or something like that, sure, but to be honest, I forgot I had it. It's not really that memorable of a car. Like, it's a car you get, and you kind of forget about it. You check out the customization, you customize it, put it in a garage because it really is not that good, performance-wise. And I don't even know what garage it's in. So, honestly, it's $1 million. If you want the car, get it, but I think you can safely avoid it this week, given the fact that I forgot I had one, and the Journey 2 is discounted. We're just going to scroll past that, go to the Chevrolet. 100K? Ironically, it's the best drift car, especially for beginners. It's nice and slow. You can figure out how drift tuning works, because it does have drift tuning. It's a decent amount of customization. And this is infamously known as the cardboard car, given that it has cardboard options. The usual Russia special. So, honestly, a really unique car, 100K. I would definitely get it, and I'd say it's worth it for sure, no matter if you're drift tuning it or not. It is obviously slower, so not really that good in performance-wise, but drift tuning, I think the slowness makes it better, in my opinion. Especially if you're just starting to learn how to drift in the game, or just how to drift in general, I guess. Because the way I learned was from the Crew 2. It's like a similar drifting style there. So I was kind of good at it from the start. Not the best, but decent enough to get into the higher level drifting, the faster cars. But if you're just starting the drift tuning, and just starting to get into drifting in GTA, you know, given that it's drift week this week, honestly, I would start with the Chevrolet. As a nice, slow, kind of get used to it, and then I'd probably go to the Futo or the Sentinel XS, steal that off the street. To be honest, I'll probably do the Futo. And then, you know, do that. We get a faster, better drift car. And then whatever car you like the look of and you want a drift car version of it, you could go to that. So I'd say Chevrolet is a good one if you're starting off drifting. If not, it's a really good car for uniqueness. So I'd say around the board, I would definitely recommend it this week. And that is it for the discounts, vehicle and property discounts this week. The wheel spin car is the Sterling GT, and you can get it this week by spinning the wheel. Sterling GT does have HSW, so it's pretty good with HSW for sure. Without, it's all right. I'd say if you have HSW on your platform, I would come here every day and spin it. For sure, make sure you come here every day and spin it. If you don't have HSW, I wouldn't necessarily say it's the best car. So if you are around the casino, come here and you can spin the wheel, I'd say spin it, but this isn't really one if you don't have HSW to come and spin it for every day. But if you do have HSW, I would honestly say come here and spin it every day. It's a pretty good car. Let's see if I can get it. Hopefully I can get it, because that'd be pretty nice. Come on, gimme. Car? Probably not with that spin. That spin was kind of horrendous. Stop on mystery. Give me the Lost Lamp. I've gotten this clothing like 4 times in a row now. Come on. Black the Diamond Resort Tee. Sterling, you know, I just kind of thought about this. What does it cost normally? Say you were to buy it. I think it's on Legendary. It would be on 2-door. I think it's on the decently expensive side. Given Legendary, it goes up pretty quickly, so I should be able to find it relatively fast. Sterling GT right here. About $1 million, so a free $1 million car with some cool opening doors. And HSW. So yeah, honestly, if you have HSW, come here and spin it every day. Make sure you do that. If you don't, I'd say if you're here, you might as well spin it if you can. So that is it for the casino. Next up will be the car meet. Okay, I have made it to the LS car meet, and for whatever reason the F436 is supposed to be here, is not in here. In order to get it though, you do need to place top 3 for 4 days in a row. Apparently I've already done that. The week has just started. I've only done 1 race. So yeah, apparently I've done the challenge and I've already claimed the car, I guess. I don't know. The F36 is where I would get it this week. I would not buy it. Top 3 4 days in a row. Honestly, just do some drag races. The lowest you can get is top 4. So if you got fast cars, and you're a good driver, you got it in the bag. So honestly, me now knowing that drag races work, it's a pretty easy challenge. If you're willing to put in the work, you know, 4 days, kind of a lot. So a lot of work, making sure you got it and you can do it on time. It's kind of the big thing. Yeah, no, definitely, I'd say get it. It's a decent drift car. That's what I would, if you want a drift car this week, that's the one I'd get. I wouldn't really get the FR36 for anything other than drifting because I don't really see a use in it besides drifting. So that's kind of my idea on it. But purchasable vehicles here we have the Dominator GT, the S2, the RT3000, and the Katora. Now, all these are on the websites. I would just buy them off the websites unless you want any of this customization that you see on here. It's the same price on the website. See, look, the purchase vehicle, $810,000. Same thing on the website. Price is same thing on the website, but say you want this livery on the RT3000, and pink wheels. Get it from here. You get some free customization, or you want the Dominator GT. I do have a customization review on this. Weekly customization will be featuring this week. So if you want to see the customization, and you decide that this livery is your favorite, come here and pick it up. You get a free livery. That's the only reason I would come here and get these cars, is if you want any of this customization, which I highly doubt it. But if for whatever reason you think it's your favorite, come here and get it. But Dominator GT, same 2.2, and RT3000, same 1.3, and obviously I showed you 810K for the Katora. Honestly, just buy them all on the websites, again, unless you want that free customization. And then the HW vehicle, obviously don't get it from here, but you get the Woodlander for $2.6 million. Yeah, that's it for the car meet. I'm kind of mad I didn't get to show that FR36, but it's fine, I guess. But next up will be Simeon's. I've made it to Simeon's. And I just thought I'd mention this. Once I deliver this is my third exotic export vehicle in like 30 minutes. So, yeah. Already, what? 240K in 30 minutes. So, exotic exports, one to do, $1.2 million a day is kind of crazy. So, yeah, but here, honestly, don't come here. Don't even need to come to Simeon's this week. Because it's not like the car meet where the customization is included with the customization is added on to the price. It's not free like it was in the car meet. So we got the Calico GTF, the Vector, the Penumbra FF, the Pulselude, and the ZR350. Have a customization review on the Calico GTF. I don't really like the customization, so we're gonna be recustomizing it in this week's customization. The Vector, nothing on. Penumbra FF, I have a weekly customization on. Pulselude, nothing. ZR350, I don't even have it. But yeah, that's it for Simeon's. Pretty much, don't come here, just buy it off the websites. Besides the Penumbra FF, we are going to Salvage Yard this week because the Penumbra FF is the claimable vehicle this week. I know, you heard it from me, claimable this week. I'm not lying, literally claimable. You can go check it out yourself, or wait for like the next 10 seconds. But yeah, if you want these 4 cars in frame, buy them on the website. It'll be extra for the customization, and I'm sure you don't want to put off-road tires on the Pulselude. So, yeah. Yeah, buy everything on the website if you want to hear, besides the Penumbra FF. Get that for free if you have a Salvage Yard. If you don't, add on the website if you want it. But, yeah, that's it for Simeon's. Next up is the Gun Van. Sorry, next up is the Salvage Yard. I'm not used to saying the Salvage Yard. I haven't said this in a long while, but we are here at the Salvage Yard for a claimable vehicle this week. Let me start an organization and get onto the computer. The stealable claimable vehicle this week is the Penumbra FF. You also got the GT500 and the Weevil. I couldn't tell you what. Couldn't tell you what the robberies were. So, yeah, it looks like. Yeah. Looking at the prices here. If you come here, you know, you use salvage yard casually, don't come here. You know, kind of just like spend your time driving around. Unless you need to do a robbery. And like a specific robbery. I need to do the McTony robbery, so I know that GT500 is the McTony robbery. That's the only one I remember because I need to do the McTony robbery, at least get the extra challenges. But look at the prices here. Not really worth it to come here. There isn't one that's like 500k or 400k or something like that. And the claimable one is the highest max sell value. Only come here, claim the PIN number FF if you don't have it already. And if you bought it, sell that, come here, claim it for a way cheaper price. You already know what you want to customize it, like, you know, spend less time and all that. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the salvage yard. Next up will be the gun van. Okay, I have made it to the gun van. I guess, yeah, we can see what's in it.
You're gonna want to see what I picked up this morning.
Okay, service carbine, stun gun, precision rifle. It's 50% off this week. Don't buy it though, it is literally ass cheeks. Trust me, I have it, and I never use it. Compact rifle, heavy pistol, and the nightstick. Throwables, we got pipe bomb, tear gas, grenades, and body armor is body armor, which I can get full. Let's go.
Deal.
So, yeah. Gun van, not really worth it unless you want the stun gun. It's a pretty fun gun, but other than that, it's not really useful. So, that's the gun van. If you're wondering what is going to be going on this week, video-wise, today obviously is weekly update. Tomorrow is the non-GTA video. Saturday is the weekly customization, which is the Calico GTF. I do have a customization review. It is a newer one. It's that, but not black. I changed it so I can look at liveries.
Not an issue. In fact,
because I don't really like the look of that. But the livery I want, I'm only 7 levels away from in the car meet, which pretty close. We're pretty good, and 5 times Ellis car meet rep this week, so should be able to get it pretty quickly. Yeah, Calico GTF and then Dominator GT. I do have a customization review on that, but it is an old one. So weekly customization, just get new kind of customization, and then probably the K truck, because tomorrow, or not tomorrow, Sunday, the F436, since it is top 3-4 days in a row, that's gonna be the customization review. I originally planned to have the customization review be the K truck, and then weekly customized F436, but I realized 4 days, if I start today, then I'd only be able to get it by customization review. I kind of want to do that. It's most likely going to be drift tuned, so yeah, that'd be cool. And kind of looking, maybe the Cheburuk. I don't really know. I think I'd have to check if that needs recustomized or not. I have 2 of them. Probably would do the non-drift version, or probably the drift version, so you can see all the customization, drift tuning and without. So if I need to
Are you?
recustomize that,
Too.
then that
I
will
like to know these
also
things.
be in the weekly customization video. Monday, ×2 sumo. It's going to be a lot of money, a lot of fun, a lot of RP. Tuesday, ×4 exotic exports. A lot of money, a lot of car meet rep. Could be a pretty good way of making money and a car meet rep this week. And then Wednesday will be the drift races, which are ×3 for that weekly challenge, which is also going to give a lot of
You
LS
see
car
some
meet rep.
pretty weird types
So
in this job.
yeah.
Believe me.
That's kind of what I have planned for the week. I don't really see much changing. I guess the exotic exports are going to take a while on my end. So it'll probably be like a 10 or so minute video or something like that. Like, you know, there'll be like certain, like, first vehicle, first clip, second vehicle, second clip, and then like that. So yeah.
No tax, no paperwork, no bullshit.
But it's kind of what I have planned. Car wise, I don't think will change. Chadwick is still kind of up in the air. And I'm not too sure about the K-Truck. I definitely want it. I probably kind of also should wait for it to be discounted. But I feel like it's one of those that it's under $1 million for a
Bother
new
asking for
vehicle.
my sources.
So
That kind of intel
might as
ain't got a
well,
price.
you know, first new vehicle of the thing, so of the DLC. So the Sterling GT, I really do want it, but it's the casino wheel. Usually cars that I want, I never get. So I'm not even really gonna plan around that. But if I do get the Sterling GT for somehow, most likely will end up being the customization interview car. That means the FR36 will not
When it's gone,
be
it's gone.
customized on the channel. I'll most likely customize it on my own time, which honestly is fine. It's fine. I've done that with a few cars, but yeah, that's kind of it for the week. Do those exotic exports every day. If I had to get, I know it's at least 800K per car. You do get, I think, a 50K bonus. So if that's ×4 as well, you get $1 million a day. So $7 million just by spending a few hours of your day
Don't even worry
looking
about
around for cars. Not bad. Plus, go to gtoweb.eu. They'll have the list, the type of car you can, you know, select which car you need to find and stuff like that. Pretty easy. You only have to select. You only have to look through a few spots. So yeah. And then the weed sale obviously is gonna be a good one too. So I think what I would do is sell weed, right?
Just so you know,
And then
I don't like staying in one spot for too long.
do exotic exports. Once weed is done, sell that again, do exotic exports until you're done with exotic exports, and then do whatever you want. I would at least do 3 drift races and complete an auto shop contract for that 300K. So yeah, honestly, kind of make sure you're ticking off every single kind of box, money wise, and bonus wise this week. That's kind of what I do. So yeah, that's gonna be the end of this one. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you
Customer, I can tell.
in the next one.